I was down, but I'm always gonna get back up. I'm a rage, but I know I'm gonna get that truck done losing. I'm about to get that win. DJ, time to get my spin. Cornrows and Tim, don't break our bend. Took a long, long time just to get this in. Took a long, long time to get this in. Took so long, had to make the friends. When the love disappear, when the winds get...
Oh no, now it looks even worse. Oh my god. I got my first pimple in like ages, and then I picked it and now there's a mark. Hey YouTube, it's me Christiana. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to When in Doubt Pink. Okay, hello. So as I was saying in the last vlog, that I am at a point right now where I am incredibly busy. I'm in the busy season at work. And if I don't inject my love of vlogging or just making videos generally on YouTube, if I don't inject this, okay, into my like regular everyday movement, it's just not gonna happen, okay? Yeah, so this is my like monthly roundup that you guys know I love doing. I just realized I forgot to put my moisturizer on. We're gonna do that around what I've already done to my face. We have our categories. I'm gonna try to move really quickly. I didn't write anything out for this because I've just been, again, so busy that this is just gonna have to go off the top of my head. But I feel okay about it because I've been thinking a lot about some of these categories over the last couple of days. Okay, so we have community announcements or highlights, my mental health check-in, things that brought me joy in the month of March, challenges and goals. We have music, TV, pop culture, and movies. Yeah, TV shows and movies, pop culture chatter, sorry. Trends and internet memes, and the tea on me. I'm expecting a call in about 30 minutes, and so if I don't get through this little chunk in the front, I will come back later, maybe even after work, and finish up. So we'll see. But hopefully I can just go ahead and get this done right now. Community highlights. I would just say thank you so much, y'all, those of you who like hold it down with me week after week, especially after my like Love is Blind review. I knew that some people would watch it. I didn't think that a ton of people would watch it, okay? And that's cool, thanks. You know, if you subscribed because of that video, you know, thank you. But we know that that is really not like my normal content, and as soon as I saw it doing numbers, I almost started to take it down. Because it's really hard when that happens, because people think that you're a certain kind of person, and then when they realize that you're not that, a lot of them won't unsubscribe. They'll stick around, which you would think like you want subscribers, but you really don't want subscribers that are not engaging in your content for what it is. You know, especially if they thought it was going to be one thing and it's not. It's actually for the best if they leave. So like even now, like from the days of doing commentary, I have a ton of subs that don't watch my new content, but they won't unsubscribe. You know what I mean? And it makes it really hard because you have an audience that won't watch your content, if that makes sense. Anywho, thank you for, you know, the folks who are always here holding it down on the videos that followed, because that's actually what matters. It's like not really the viralized video, but what happens after that, because YouTube gets really excited about you and they'll like give you one more chance to do just as well. But chances are, like, if you flop after that, you're like dead in the water for the next few videos to come, which sucks. Did I say I was getting ready for work? I feel like that was probably implied here when I said I'm mixing my content literally into my everyday situation. I'm getting ready to go into the office today. It's raining, it's icky, it's gloomy, you know, but we persist. Mental health check-in. I would say that I am doing pretty good. You know, I'm always going to be somebody who deals with anxiety and depression and all the things. Yesterday, I like borderline like had a panic attack because I woke up really late for work. Like really late. Like I'm tired, exhausted, all right? And I thought I was awake and I was not awake. Next thing you know, it's 9 o'clock and our like staff meeting that we had on the book started at 9:30. Okay. And nothing in this house was set up for me to leave quickly. You know what I mean? I didn't get in till like 10:30. The meeting was still going on because it's a long one, but 10:30, inappropriate. Like, I just wanted to kind of disappear in life. And it's like crazy because it's like nobody said anything to me about it. Nobody said anything to me about being that late. You know what I mean? But it still ate me up because I knew that I was extremely late. You know what I mean? But I would say that like generally my mental health is in a good place. I'm seeing my lady that I pay to listen to all of my thoughts and stuff, and that's going well. I have this little dab of concealer here because I kind of want it to dry a little bit because it's covering my blemish. But I'd say overall I'm doing pretty well, at least for the month of March. Things that brought me joy in the month of March. A lot of things actually. So I think I've been saying too, like, work has been really busy, but I'm really happy about being able to use my skills and talents to be able to help working people get more. Period. I am really happy that I had a couple of moments this month that I was able to kind of just do what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? Whether that was go for a drive or, you know, go to a show or, you know, like I feel like I'm reclaiming my time a little bit, and I'm wondering if it is because like we are going into spring that I'm feeling just better, you know, or is it but it's likely just like a combination of things, you know. I've been spending a lot more time with friends and coworkers and stuff like that. Last night I went to a pizza party because my my coworkers were celebrating a change in upper leadership and stuff like that. It was a really like just beautiful time, and I'm glad that I went, because something like that I would normally be like, oh, I'll see you over there. I ain't seeing nobody nowhere. But I really went, and I'm glad that I did. But I've had a couple of moments like that this month where I just kind of did the thing that I was saying I was gonna do and felt good about it. Challenges and goals. I mentioned back in January that for the new year I wasn't going to be doing like the traditional like New Year's resolutions or making goals for the entire year all at once, but that I was gonna go with the 12-week year method, right? And like 2024 had a really bumpy start because of how 2023 ended for me. And we are on our way back right now, but there's a lot of stuff on my list, things I wanted to achieve or accomplish, that just didn't happen. There's a few things on there that did happen, for sure, like going back to therapy and stuff like that, but more than not, there's just a lot of stuff on there that just didn't happen, and I'm not sad about it. I'm not sad about it because a lot of the things are justifiable to me why they did not occur, you know, and that's actually what only matters at the end of the day, is like, am I okay with this? Am I okay with how things are going or not going? And do I even still want those particular goals, right? And so like I really want to sit down soon, because now we're already in April, and figure out what of these things are not salvageable, but like what things up here on my wall do I want to continue with in this next quarter, right? And then what things do I like really want to get serious about, because at the end of the quarter we'll be in summer. Like, it'll be dead ass summer by the end of this next quarter. And like, what kind of summer things should I be putting up here to make sure that I can even just have a good summer, you know? Now, like, I'm thinking out loud actually right now, like, if I want to go on a trip, what does it look like to be able to make that happen? Whether that's taking, like, requesting time off right now, putting a little money aside to make sure I can, you know, buy whatever. Is it reserving a ticket, or, you know what I mean? Like, there's just, I think the way that I'm gonna go about this next quarter is a little bit different because summer is at the end of it. I'm excited though, because summer's my favorite season and I wait all year patiently for it to come back around, and it is around the corner. Music. Okay, let's get into it. We already know what we're here to talk about. Cowboy Carter. Yeah. Okay, so I have so many thoughts about this damn album, and I'm not gonna make a dedicated video about it because I love my life. Okay. Okay. And I really don't want any like hive people coming for me or anything like that, right? But I do have a lot of thoughts about Cowboy Carter. I will say that on a whole, it's a beautiful piece of work, right? But I just feel like Beyonce didn't fully commit to the theme. There's a lot of tracks on there. It's a lot of fucking tracks on there. One, is more tracks on there than on Renaissance. And by the sounds of some of the tracks, some of them could have gone on Renaissance. And that's what I'm really trying to get at, is like some of these songs are not really country and could have been fine on Renaissance. And then there's some songs that she's like, excuse me, that she's like dabbled with. She's doing some covers or like taking covers and maybe changing some lyrics and things like that, which is fine, I think. But I was, like I said, I was at a party last night and a lot of people had a lot of different takes on that and whether or not they liked it. Room full of white folks. But a lot of people felt like even just like how she handled the song Jolene, which honestly I probably would have done the same thing, because I'll be damned if I'm gonna be singing a song about like begging some woman not to come steal my man, you know. Like the original Jolene. But people felt like she was lacking vulnerability by like taking this I'll kick your ass kind of route to the song, instead of just going with how the song actually was originally, because we know that she's like been publicly cheated on, and you know, like if anybody's like good to sing a song like the original, it probably would be Beyonce. But I don't know. I felt like her rendition of Blackbird was a little dry. How she was singing it was a little dry. I just feel like that's like one of my favorite songs, you know, the original, and it felt like she was really trying hard to stay within the parameters of how the original song is sung, you know what I mean? But really it's like you could have done so much more with this. I also think that just we know Beyonce can sing already, right? And so the fact that she committed to singing all of these songs the way that she always sings instead of showing range with her vocals and stuff like that felt boring and dry. I'm also having thoughts about whether or not Black people actually feel like they need to borrow a member of the Cyrus family in order to be like seen as legitimate in the eyes of country music lovers, because we know like Lil Nas X, right, had gotten a cosign from Billy Ray at one point. And then there's a track on this album, Cowboy Carter, with Miley Cyrus, which I actually love the song. It's a good song. Their voices are very different, which is a little bit distracting, but the song is good. But I'm just wondering if we're saying that we need them, the Cyruses, to be legit, because that's what it's giving right now. Again, no shade to Miley Cyrus, because we know I love Miley Cyrus. In the club, high on perk, with my shades on, with my J's on. Ghetto Miley era. I also listened to Vampire Weekend's new EP, which so far is really good. I'm not finished it yet. I listened to half of Tierra Whack's new project too. Tierra Whack is always hit and miss for me, because some of her music is just a lot more somber than I would like, but so far so good. Who else's music have I been dabbling with? I don't know. I've mostly just been listening to Bombay Bicycle Club, which I went to see them when they came to Philly almost 2 weeks ago, which was so fun. again, suburban black girl, it doesn't bother me that I love music that none of my friends indulge in. You know what I mean? Or like my cousin, or like, you know, whatever. It's okay. I went to their show here in Philly, and there was another black person there, and we looked at each other like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? But I had a great time. Great time. I love when singers, or just like artists in general, sound the way that they do regularly, like they sound good live, you know? Great time. TV shows and movies, I'm trying to think, but I don't think I have really watched anything new because I hardly have time to scratch the top of my head, and most of the time I'm watching YouTube. I've been watching a lot of YouTube, a lot of Sims content, stuff like that. So I think I'm just gonna breeze through the TV and movie section actually. I haven't been watching too much pop culture chatter. I know that today, okay, so yesterday the Real Housewives of Potomac had their part 1 of the reunion, which I'm actually getting kind of pissed off that it's 2 parts, just because this season was so incredibly long. Oh, I guess this is TV, huh? Okay, this is TV. I've been watching the Real Housewives of Potomac still. I know a lot of people tapped out, but I'm still in, okay? And yesterday I watched the first part of the reunion, and it did piss me off in a lot of different ways, but also I'm just like shocked. Like, there was a scene where okay, I should say, like, if you're not watching the show, like in the last in the finale, there you go, the finale, you'll see that like this woman Mia and her husband Gordon are very much like separated. They're trying to, you know, be cordial for the children and blah blah blah. They kind of let us into some of the things that was going on up in the marriage. Cool, fine. You know, we find out that Mia was allowed to kind of have little boyfriends here and there because because Gordon apparently had some kind of prostate issue. I don't know if it was cancer or not, but he gave her the green light to date, right? Just keep it discreet and keep it away from the kids. And apparently she like broke some of those rules, and so here they are like getting divorced and blah blah blah. But what's wild to me, right? Gordon is on the show because he's still Mia's husband, and then they like go to the back room to like touch up their makeup or whatever, like it was a break, and she gets on the phone with her boyfriend, and Gordon's like in the background like, hey, how are you, like that, not trying to act like he's cool. And I'm like, this better not be normal. This better not be normal behavior, 1, and if it is, 2, this is embarrassing, bro, or whatever. But also I'm like, she got that juicy stuff, because I'm just trying to figure out what would make a man agree to that. Like, agree to be all hunky-dory with your boyfriend. Like, and he's your husband. So that was a little bit wild for me. I know a lot of people have thoughts about the Giselle and Candace situation. Giselle, Candace, and like Robin situation. You know, I'm not gonna speak too much on that just because people don't like my thoughts on on Candace or Wendy, you know what I mean? Like, they're dark-skinned women, beautiful dark-skinned women. They're both intelligent and stuff like that, but I actually don't like either one of them. I think that Wendy's too smart to be there. Which is a compliment, kind of, you know what I mean? But I do feel like Wendy's too smart to be there, and Candace is just annoying, and I just don't feel like she brings a lot to the table. But you know, those are my thoughts. I don't like Robin either. The fact that Robin got fired, great. Great. Ashley's not my favorite either, but Ashley know how to keep shit going, and that's actually the point of the show. Like, I know people get mad because she's always got something going, you know what I mean, and whatever, but that's the point of the show. Like, she's giving us something to watch. She's clocking in when there's drama and whatever else going on. That's what she's supposed to do. And I actually like Giselle. Giselle doesn't bring anything to the table either, but I like Giselle. I actually like Mia too though, but again, like I said, nobody likes my actual thoughts on the show for real. I'm relieved that Candace is leaving also, because I'm tired of the whining. I just am. I am. It'll also be really interesting to see what Giselle does in absence of Robin, not having that automatic companion or allegiance with someone, you know what I mean? It'll be interesting to see how she navigates the space with the change. I know as far as pop culture goes, most people are talking about the Diddy situation. I don't think there's much to say at this point other than what's taking so long for him to get locked the hell up, because with all these like men and women coming out and like giving their testimony, their stories of times that they felt like uncomfortable around him or whatever, you would think that he would just be locked the hell up by now, and he's not. He's a free man. Some people are saying like he has evidence in his house of like high level people, and that that was why he like got his house raided or whatever, but who knows, who knows. Oh, you know what else too? I watched what's her name, Candace Owens on The Breakfast Club. If you don't know Candace Owens, she's just like this really conservative black woman who some people think is a grifter, just trying to get a bag from Republicans by being like a good Negro or whatever. I have like a lot of she's not my people like at all, you know what I mean? But there is a part of me that is like, I think that's okay. Like, I think it's okay to like have people within our communities that don't necessarily believe what you believe, right? But they're still a part of your community. I was watching, there was this woman, I think they call her Olay. She did a Breakfast Club interview with what's his name, Eric Adams, the mayor of New York. In that interview, she was like very prepared and like very competent, and I love that about her. So I went and found her YouTube channel, and I saw that she had a conversation talking about like Candace Owens and talking about Amanda Seales, because people were coming for Amanda Seales recently, which I should be clear that I really like Amanda Seales, always have, but I also could understand why she makes people's ass itch, you know what I mean? But you know, it is what it is when you're doing a certain kind of work, or you feel called to, you know, do a certain kind of work. Comes with the territory. Anyway, the girl Olay had Mark Lamont Hill and a couple of other folks that I recognize doing like a panel kind of podcast style video, and I was watching it while I was getting my nails done the other day, and this question came up again of like, should we be platforming people like Candace? Do they have a space in our community? Also thinking about like why Amanda makes so many people's ass itch, and like the similarities they might have or whatever, which I don't think they were necessarily trying to compare them, but that was how I was kind of processing some of the information. But I do feel like it is important to engage people who think differently than you, specifically talking about the Candace Owens thing, just because there are people who she's able to tap in with that like believe her narrative of like, oh, they don't want me on their show because I'll tell you the truth or whatever, you know? If you don't engage these people that think differently than you, whether it is like extreme or whatever, then you kind of make them look like they're right, or you make them look like victims, you know what I'm saying? So I do feel like it's actually important to embrace people from all parts of our like community, as black people. Embrace them, talk to them, debate them, whatever it is, because then I think you kind of take some of the power away of them thinking like, oh, I'm over here because they don't want me, or you know, whatever it is. You know, I know a lot of people have different thoughts and opinions on that, but that's kind of where I fall. I would also like to consider myself to be like an independent thinker, in the way that I will listen to a Fox News or something like that, so that I can continue to check what I believe about things, right? And so like when I'm watching something and I'm like, oh, this is bullshit, that helps me. Trends and internet memes. I was reading an email this morning that I thought was really interesting. It's from this like stock photo website that I used to use, but I just haven't unsubscribed or whatever. But they were talking about this thing like a day, like called a daily dump. You know how like on Instagram people would like do dumps of like their week or something like that, with all these different pictures of different parts of their week or whatever. And apparently people are doing like daily dumps on Instagram or on TikTok and stuff like that. And I thought that was really interesting. It's a really interesting way to like stay relevant in the algorithm. And I was like thinking, I was like, maybe I'll start doing that. But really, it's like YouTube is the only platform I really make time for anymore. I'm really just, I don't have capacity to be anywhere else, you know? And I think that's okay. And I was kind of like, you know, I feel like I could kind of use YouTube Shorts in that kind of way if I wanted to, because the YouTube Shorts is like where it's at when you're talking about like growth and community and keeping up in the algorithm, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I had to take a call, but I'm back. Okay, now that I have my comb, I can fix my leave out here. Okay, so what was I even talking about? Trends in internet memes? Oh, I think I was talking about this like daily dump thing. I was kind of thinking about getting back into using YouTube Shorts to do like a daily dump of some sort, but I'm not quite sure yet. We shall see. So right now, right, I had washed my hair over the weekend. It's too much. I washed my hair over the weekend, but I didn't have enough time to put my like anchor braid in. This is there's like hair gel in my hair now on my edges. And then yesterday it was just like a hot mess because I woke up so late and I still didn't have time to do it. So I'm like trying to get my edges together now because I like this wig, and this is my second time buying it, and I learned the first time that I didn't need as much leave out as I had, but just a little bit. And the tea on me, I feel bad that there's not really anything going on. Actually that's a good thing though, you know what I mean? Like I was saying in this last vlog, I feel like I'm in a season of gratitude right now. I'm in an extreme season of gratitude because it feels like I'm like coming up on the other side of hell, and I feel happy in a lot of different areas of my life right now, taking that in for as long as it lasts, you know. I'm a natural pessimist Capricorn, but you know, enjoying the good stuff for as long as I get to enjoy it. I'm happy at work. I am kicking ass and accomplishing a lot of things and doing a lot of stuff I've never done before, you know. Like I was on a radio show a couple days ago. A reporter called my phone, and next thing you know, they were recording me for the radio. I had another reporter call me one day really early, and the next thing you know, she was quoting me on the news, and that was crazy. Like I'm doing a lot of stuff I've never done before in a way that feels really fun. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I was really happy to be off this past weekend because I was working like weeks straight, you know. Like I think I worked 3 weeks straight, but that's just kind of how the work is. Sometimes we have spurts of being really busy, we have spurts of being really chill. Look how long my hair is, y'all. Ain't this shit crazy? If you know, you know. I had a chin bob like literally a year ago. And here we are. I kind of don't even want these long pieces. You just have the little edge. I think as we move more into the nicer weather, I'd like to see myself be out and about just a little bit more, you know. Maybe getting into some trouble or something, you know. But right now I just feel like I'm maintaining. No complaints right now. Not really. Yo, we really got through my whole list here. So I don't know. I hope this video isn't boring, actually. I hope this video isn't boring. And thank you if you are still here and watching to the end. Y'all be riders, like really riding out with me. And I appreciate that because these YouTube, social media, just generally social media, these streets are not always the kindest. And you gotta be a certain kind of person to keep showing up knowing that. I guess since the camera's still on, we might as well get dressed together too. Oh man, broke my rubber band. Notice I grabbed some hair from the wrong spot. So this is the do I've been rocking again. Might look familiar. I wore a unit, the same unit. This is a new unit, but I wore this style over the summer at some point, this past summer. Only last time I had cut it and was wearing it kind of like a U part, where this time I decided to leave it closed and just pull out my edges because I felt like that actually looked a little better. And I haven't had time to really braid down all of my hair while wearing this hair, but because it's so big, I really don't have to, because you're not gonna be able to see that my, you know, my braids in the back are lumpy. And then I'm gonna use a little bit of my my gel okay, yeah, use a little bit of that, a lot of it on my edges, because even though I'm not like an edge girly, but this stuff does help to kind of make things look a little nice and neat, but also it helps to blend with this wig, because even though it is kind of a poofy texture, the roots are a little bit slick, you know, and the my gel kind of makes my hair a little bit slick, so then the textures kind of come together quite nicely. Okay. Whew. How much time do I have left? Oop. Okay, I gotta be in the car in like 15 minutes, but I'm basically done. Put something on these dry ass lips, child. Much better. I think today I'm just gonna wear this little button up, nothing too crazy. Put some leggings on or something because it's raining. Okay, so this is the look. Not much of a look, you know what I'm saying? But it's my look, so there you have it. Anyways, I gotta get to work. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.